Good afternoon and welcome to WeFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, a shipment of £5 million worth of equipment and supplies has arrived at the cruise ship berth to support reconstruction efforts in the southern Grenadines following the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl earlier this year. This significant contribution is a result of a collaboration between the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Mr. Ian Weiss of the Gombo Group. The supplies aim to accelerate recovery efforts. Mr. Weiss, speaking to the media, provided a breakdown of the relief being provided.
I think it's 750 tons worth of equipment, of which half of it is in machines and the other half is in building materials. There's 26 containers, 26 pieces of machinery. The machineries come from a project that we had in Scotland, and we decided to donate it to this project down in Union and in Canouan. So that's really what it is.
That was Mr. Ian Weiss of the Gombo Group. Hurricane Beryl exposed 56% of SVG's population to winds between tropical storm and Category 4 hurricane strength, based on the most recent SVG population and housing census from 2012. Local siblings Abigail and Keon Deschong made a splash at the Jamaica Christmas Open meet held from December 14th to 17th, 2024, securing a total of 4 medals, including 3 golds and 1 bronze. Abigail, competing in the girls' open category, dominated the breaststroke events, winning gold in both the 50-meter and 100-meter breaststroke. Her impressive performances earned her top honors in these highly competitive races. Keon, participating in the boys 11 to 15 category, also held and had an outstanding showing. He claimed gold in both the 100-meter and 200-meter breaststroke and added a silver in the 50-meter breaststroke to his medal haul. Still on the local scene, the Kingston Port Modernization Project is on target to be completed in the first half of 2025. This is according to the chairperson of the project, Laura Anthony Brown, who noted that so far over $435 million has been spent on the project. We hear more from the chairperson of the Port Modernization Project.
So as we wind down, we begin to think of the activities that we need to complete to make sure that this is an efficient and well-functioning port in 2025 and going forward. We are on target to complete the project within the first half of 2025. It is exciting. I'm sure you've seen the pictures that we have come a very long way. So far, we have spent over $435 million Eastern Caribbean dollars on this project, and we have employed significant amount of Vincentians and also non-nationals as well. So there is considerable spin-off on this project from, many persons have benefited.
That was the chairperson of the Port Modernization Project, Laura Anthony Brown. The US $250 million Kingston Port Modernization Project is the SVG's second largest capital project and is funded by the Caribbean Development Bank, the United Kingdom Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund, and the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A $65 million loan agreement between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Republic of China on Taiwan was also signed for the Kingston Port Modernization Project. On to news in the region. In a bid to fast-track Guyana's development, the government has already started preparations for an early budget in 2025, according to the People's Progressive Party General Secretary Dr. Barry Jagdeo. Speaking at a recent press conference, Dr. Jagdeo highlighted the PPP's continued commitment to fulfilling its development promises and ensuring sustained progress in the country. The General Secretary reassured Guyanese that the government remains dedicated to its development agenda and will continue working hard despite a quieter public presence. He emphasized the party's focus on transparency, efficiency, and long-term growth to improve citizens' lives. President Dr. Irfan Ali also reflected on Guyana's significant advancements in infrastructure, healthcare, and skill development. Notable achievements include improvements in drainage and irrigation systems, expanded healthcare training, and the establishment of new institutions like the National Skills Training Center and the Hospitality and Tourism Training Institute at Port Morat. The Barbados Association of Medical Practitioners (BAMP) is advising Barbadians to take extra health precautions during this week's Old Year's festivities. BAMP President Dr. Linda Williams reminded the public that COVID-19 remains a threat, along with the recently emerged Oropouche virus, which is spread by mosquitoes and biting midges. She urged citizens to sanitize regularly and consider wearing masks in crowded areas, especially for vulnerable individuals such as the elderly or those with chronic health conditions. Dr. Williams also stressed the importance of being aware of symptoms of the Oropouche virus, which includes fever, headache, joint pain, and nausea, and recommended testing for dengue or similar illnesses. She further warned against excessive alcohol consumption, highlighting the health risks associated with overindulgence during the holiday season. Finally, on the international scene, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter's state funeral will take place on January 9th at the Washington National Cathedral, part of a national day of mourning for the longest-lived U.S. president. Walter Mondale, who served as Carter's vice president, had intended to give the eulogy for his former boss, but died in 2021. Mondale's son plans to read the eulogy at the funeral, according to the New York Times. Other details are emerging on how the country will pay tribute to the world-renowned humanitarian who died on Sunday at the age of 100 at his home in Plains, Georgia. There will also be public ceremonies in Atlanta, Georgia, before Carter is buried in Plains, according to the Carter Center. Following U.S. custom marking the death of important figures and leaders, President Joe Biden has ordered U.S. flags on federal properties to be flown at half-staff for 30 days. The time span will include the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. This has been WeFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 5:30 for WeFM's Evening News, and we thank you for listening.